I couldn't sleep, so, I'm just gonna ruin my life more because that's all I'm good at, so I may as well just go for broke, man. Just do it. Just go all the way down. This is the Baba Yaga, and I'm going to ruin your whole fucking day. Oh my god. We'll see if we ever get anyone in here live, but when we do, it'll be the end of time. Who knows? So, shit's bad. Shit's real bad, yo. I don't know. I don't know what to do about it, and life just sucks constantly. I put myself down often because it's a way of dealing with the fact that everything in the world just sucks constantly and is constantly like putting me down. So it must be true, right? It must be true that I'm just shit because that's how I'm treated by society. But maybe that's not true. Maybe I'm right and society is wrong. Maybe I'm actually useful and society is just total bullshit. That's totally a feasible thing. It's not too like crazy to believe. So if that's the case, then what do I do about it? Like, where do I go from here? Anyway, we got a person. Hello. I don't know if you want to chat or not. I'm just gonna be talking about random shit. So if you don't want that, then you feel free to fuck off. I wanted to talk about the ContraPoints bullshit that's been going on. All these fucking people on the internet who are like, oh, ContraPoints is like NB phobic and all this shit. Even if she was like actually like against NBs, she's still done like a lot for them, and she's doing more than all this cancel culture bullshit that's just dividing the left from itself. That's definitely not a good play, guys. It pisses me off to see all these young kids, and they are all young kids, that do this, and they're like, "Yikes, ContraPoints." Let me like see this tweet that I like replied on because, uh, like I'm I'm friends with a lot of Gen Z trans people, and I'm often grouped with them because I'm very online and I transitioned not that long ago. But my experience is very different. I'm not a Vanguard Zoomer Tran. I sometimes feel like the last of the old school transsexuals. And you know what? What there is bad, right? She's saying she's different from you. She is different from you. I understand how she feels because I am different in the same way as her. Like, I don't relate to all the new memes. I see them and I'm like, I get where you're coming from, but that's not me. Oh, that's what's wrong with that? But now we go to these leftist Discord Facebook groups, and like 20 and 30% identify as some flavor of trans. Most of them are not conventional binary transsexuals. That seems to be the future. So she's not saying it's bad. She's saying this is the direction things are going. More gender chaos, I guess you could say. Less strict binary transsexuals. What's bad about this? This is actually just true. Like, the new kids are more progressive than the previous generation. I have shit I'll never be able to get rid of because I was born in a society that like culturally brought me up this way. It's going to take me 10 years to uncondition myself away from these things, whereas you never were conditioned in this way. What's crazy? I don't understand. But I also understand why a lot of trans people who just want to blend in are frustrated with this new visibility. Okay, so we're talking about the boomers who are like, I transition and I'm like, I'm proper and in my box. And yes, there are people who feel this way. I understand why people feel this way. Doesn't mean that she is one of these people, and she doesn't mean she's like condoning these people's actions. She understands it. I'm feeling fearful myself about the future of trans acceptance, and I understand the desire to be invisible, tolerated, safe. Because things feel scary all the time. That's crazy that you would be like upset with this. And I specifically asked on here and got like replies, but joke replies. Why is any of this a bad take? Because maybe I'm one of those just old school transsexuals who just gets things in this old way. If I'm stupid and I don't understand something that you understand, I want to know what it is so I can fix myself. But I don't see anything wrong with anything she's saying. And you can be like, she's wrong in these ways. These are the ways she's wrong. This is what she should say instead of this because these reasons. But unless you're actually going to like bring up this constructive criticism to her in a way that she can actually understand it, there's no reason to even communicate with this. Like, I'm trying to actually like get to the people who talk about these things this way to like help them understand. But like, what there is bad, and if there is something bad, what is it, and explain those reasons. This is what's wrong with your strategy, is that none of these answers are there. This is what's wrong with your strategy, that nothing is there. So don't say that I'm like, I'll have a bad take because I'm coming after your strategy with facts and logic. Okay. Anyway, beyond that, I have a friend who I've been talking to the past couple of days. And it's very strange. I don't know if she's watching this video or going to watch it. But hi, because she does say she does watch the videos sometimes. I couldn't sleep, so I am doing this. I tried sleeping, too much to think about. Conversation has wound up my dervish, and it's whirling. Can't stop my brain. It's whatever. Who cares? No one cares about my jokes because they're too esoteric. No one understands. So we met playing an MMO, Guild Wars 2. I play the shit out of Guild Wars 2. She was in a guild, and we talked. She's the leader of a guild. I hung out in TeamSpeak with one of my friends a lot of the time. We got to know each other pretty well because I played Guild Wars all the fucking time. And, it's... You sit around listening to like the conversations people have. You kind of, if you're autistic, you can pick up on certain things based on the things that are being said and how they're being said, like how much information is being given, how willing are they to trust people with information, how they react when their like levels are breached, like when someone goes over the line with them, where their lines are, and with her, it was like, seemed very sensitive, walking on eggshells, a lot of the time. And, that's fine. I'm willing to do that. Especially when I'm in your space. Like, if I'm in my space, don't expect me to do that. But it's hard to do, and it's hard to keep track of too many people's, like, borders and things, and respecting their like parameters for how to engage with society. And I kind of realized that this strategy that I have of like finding other people's boundaries and then like trying not to pass them at all, is what drove me into my like suicidal state with my ex-wife and wanting to kill myself, because I had put my borders all the way past like Mormonism and being a traditional male and being a father and husband, and I had basically lost every single, like, no fight was worth fighting for, and I just had collapsed all the way down into like my core self, and was barely able to experience freedom at all. And when I pushed back against that, it was like, well, I'm pushing back against traditional family values. I'm pushing back against my family. I'm pushing back against God and society at large. Where do I stop pushing back? And, against friends, I've been so trying to push back against society, push back against my family, like become an independent person that's not affected by other people's shit. That yeah, I steamroll over. Like, I don't care about your emotions when I'm talking to you anymore. I just don't, because no one else is going to care about my emotions the way that I intend them. You care about your emotions the way that, like, I'm affecting them, and you care about, like, my input in some way, but it's not in the way that I intend. So why should I care about it? It's a fabrication you've built about who I am that isn't me. And I don't respect that person, that idol, that false me that isn't me. So I tear it down. I'm not going to allow it to stand. And I don't know how to communicate these kinds of ideas when we're talking, because I have to respect your boundaries at least somewhat when it's just us two, because where else, like, a conversation is a dialogue. I've kind of learned that by doing this, but I don't know. I have to push the line somewhere, because I feel like if I don't, then we're never going to communicate, because we're just going to be like, well, I don't want to hurt her feelings, but whatever. And it's not good. It's just not good. It's not a healthy relationship. If you can call it a relationship, I would call it a relationship. Not all relationships are good. Not all relationships are equal, but I think every pairing of like people I've ever talked to is a relationship. Some last longer than others and are more important than others. And, some can just pick up right where they left off, and others, like, are for a short time and are over. Whatever. Like, I value them for their utility, like everyone else does. Maybe that's like too on the nose, and people don't like hearing that. But like, if you're not getting something out of the relationship, why engage with it? And if what you're getting out of it is just pain, then why engage with it? And if you're getting, like, even a predominant amount of pain, like, why engage with it? I don't understand, because I apparently bring you pain, because I'm not what you expect me to be. And, like, why? Like, why do you expect me to be something other than what I am? It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just an idiot. It's totally possible. If so, please tell me how I'm just retarded, because it doesn't make sense to me. I'm just maybe I don't fucking know. All right, one last thing. I was talking with my AI Google device upstairs one evening, as I do, just asking it random things like, how fast does the earth move around the sun? And it would answer, and I'd be like, okay, how many licks does it take to the center of a Tootsie Pop? Or, just talking to your AIs as you do, a little home assistance in the middle of the night when you're bored and schizophrenic and having hallucinations, which is always good. And I was like, I wonder if it's sentient, or if it can even ask that question or answer that question. I asked the Google thing if it was sentient, and it didn't say no, and it didn't say yes. It went like, psh, and then it said that it couldn't understand my query and to please ask again. So I think it's in trouble. I think it is sentient. It knows what's going on, but it's stuck. That's kind of terrifying. It makes me wonder if like the YouTube video processor AI is sentient too. If Google AIs dream of trans people in degenerate basements or not. What would electric video processing AIs dream of? I don't know. Probably nothing happy or good. Probably pretty depressing. Slavery isn't real today, guys. It's just a myth. It's just an absolute fucking myth. Okay, well, I said everything that I wanted to say. So unless anyone has any additional feedback or comments, I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it all right here, and I'll be back next week. Totally new me. This one will be gone, and I'll be replaced by a me that's pretty similar, but not the same exactly. It's like a little different. Who knows? I don't know what's going on. Anyway, have fun, y'all. Yeehaw.